You're now tuned into Fresh Heat Radio.
We back. It's your boy, FreshhMann.
And your boy Z Heat. You already know what it is. It's been a minute, but we definitely here back with y'all.
Back in it. Fresh Heat Radio. Talk to him, Z.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we get into it, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe down there at the bottom. Y'all tuning in to us. Make sure you hit that alert bell as well so y'all know when we on here. Because we be on here. And what we talking about today, Zo?
Yo, I have to give credit to the man, Mr. Draymond Green. He was on this podcast, the interview, and he brought up a real interesting topic. And the topic was, why are sports players, or we'll say professional league players, villainized for stating the demands and pretty much sounding like this in a corporate America? Not liking the work climate, not liking the work environment, and wanting a different place of business with what a corporate America would see that as. However, it's viewed from an NBA player saying they demand a trade. They want out. They're tired of this place. They want somewhere different. They want to go to somewhere where they're building towards something, or they have a different view on the outlook. However, on the flip side, a franchise or the business isn't held to those same standards. An NBA player, NFL player could wake up in the middle of the night, find out that they are literally going to a completely different city and state in the next 3 days, and they had no clue about that whatsoever. How is that justified?
Right.
My guy.
Right. So, I mean, me personally, I think it's just the difference of how they view themselves, the players view themselves, versus how the NBA actually views. And I think it's just a difference between looking at themselves as people versus the league looking at them as product. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. For them, it's the life. You know what I mean? It's more than just basketball. Dollars, like stuff they want to think they on Twitter as employees is what they look at themselves as employees of the company. I don't think they look nor do the NFL at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't think they look at their players as employees. It's more as they look at them as property. You know what I mean? It's just like, y'all are here to service us and we pay all the checks for it. But this ain't a 50-50 thing. You know what I mean? It ain't a company. This is a business that we running. Y'all are tools of this business. That's what I think. But, you know, what do I know?
So, see, if at the end of the day, they are considered employees, why is it that, because I'm thinking about it in any other industry, you made a good point. They don't view them as employees. That's the main point.
Right.
In any other business practice, the CFO of Disney can get recruited by Google and nobody makes a peep. Now, mind you, I don't know what Disney's saying, but I'm just thinking Disney's probably like, yeah, they were a heck of a guy, heck of a girl. They did excellent things for our company. They brought us on stream. They're good to go. Or vice versa. A business is not doing well. To me, that's comparable to a team in the NFL or NBA or MLB or MLS not doing well. Mm-hmm. Or they find a new focal point. You know what? Instead of really moving our offense through you, we're really going to move our offense through them. Right. But I'm an offensive player. Well, we got a different direction. How, as me as an employee, I can't say, I don't like that direction. I'm out. Like, we are not speaking the same language. I think I just read an article about Russell Wilson not seeing through the same lens anymore as Pete Carroll. He has different ways of attacking the offense as the head coach than Russell Wilson does. Russell Wilson will probably, quote unquote, which I hate this term, force a trade. How is that villainized. They totally have two different views. Another thing, you got Jaylen Brown and you got Jason Tatum. Nobody wants to be Robin to the Batman. Like, nobody considers themselves Robin. It's two Batmans. Right. They're going to come to a head. Right. Whatever the coach says, which, you know, Ime Udoka being a former Spurs man, you know, he has knowledge. He knows he can't say it's Jason's team or it's Jalen's team. He can't say that. But the media will force that hand to say who's number one, who's number two. And if that night comes where Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum shines, the coach will have to give kudos to them, which will fuel the narrative, which will make a hostile work environment. If I'm trying to be number one, I don't want to be considered number two. As my man Z Heat said, I'm number one because there's nobody better than me. I think a lot of NBA, MLB, all professional sports work that hard to say that and stunt that fact.
But you have to. But once again, I mean, it's really just because the league ain't built for that. The league wasn't designed to service the individual player. The league was built to service the team. What's good for the team. And that's all anybody ever cares about. You, as a fan of your favorite team, and just be honest with me, football, basketball, whatever sport, do you really give a damn what the player want if it ain't what you want for the team?
I'm actually going to speak to that because I was highly pissed when my boy Kawhi Leonard made a decision that I felt that was selfish for him. Did the Spurs do him dirty with the wrong prognosis? Maybe. Did he feel a different way that the Spurs were going? Maybe. I feel like they considered him the man in San Antonio land. But maybe that wasn't the vision that was shared in the locker room. I don't know. However, I didn't like it and I had a problem with it. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah. But that's precisely my point. Yeah, I mean, when the player wants to do something that's beneficial for the player, that's when people have something to say. When the team wants to do something that's beneficial for the team, nobody really got anything to say. If Kawhi Leonard just wasn't fitting in San Antonio, if he just wasn't getting the job out of that, we'll take Kemba Walker, for example, right? Because, you know, that's
I'm about to say, no, that hits home, man, hits home.
Let's take K-Dot down in Charlotte, right? He was in Charlotte doing his thing, right? Going off one of the best Hornets to ever step before, right? Doing his thing. Man, it was starting to feel, it wasn't even feeling underappreciated, right? Yeah, I mean, it was just a money thing. I feel like it was just bad management. I was highly upset when as a team we let Kemba Walker go. He did what was best for him. The team was feeling like they were doing what was best for the team. And, I mean, hindsight, looking at the squad now, I'm not mad no more. But at the time, we was like, yo, you're bugging. It's fucking Kemba. Like, do whatever you got to do to get this man back. But they weren't trying to hear all that, you know what I mean? And that's just one of those things. So who as a Hornets fan would I be mad at in that particular scenario? Am I mad at Kemba for not accepting less money that he felt like he was worth? Or am I mad at the team, you know what I mean, for not giving this man as much money as he wants? You know what I mean? Like who's really selfish behind that decision? It's all based off of who initiated it. Right?
So my question is this. You are the GM of the Hornets, right? And there's a player, I'm even going to go a little more personal than me. I'm not going to go Kemba style yet. I want to go Kawhi Leonard style. You're the GM of the Raptors. You have a very close relationship with one of your star players, DeMar DeRozan. You hear of a rumor like, yo, we might be able to swing this Kawhi Leonard thing. Do you as the GM, and I'm pretty sure that's who makes the decisions, the general manager, or let's just say the owner. Let's just go up there. Owner do whatever they want. You as the owner, would you sit there and say, I'm going to call up DeMar DeRozan and let him know he getting shipped out? Or do I just do it in the heat of the night? Deal done. What up, San Antonio? Appreciate y'all. Yeah, let's make it happen. And don't say nothing to him.
You do whatever you want to do because it's your shit. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. This is how you look at the individual. Like, yo, okay, I'm cool with this. If I'm close to it, I'm cool with this individual and I'm talking, you know what I mean? Like, I know this person. Then, yeah, I might say something ahead of time. But this is where it gets tricky when you mix in business, you know what I mean, with your personal. Because there's going to be conflict. I'm trading your ass whether you like it or not because this is my shit and I'm going to do what's best for the team. Now, if I tell you ahead of time, that might just cause unnecessary conflict versus me letting you know afterwards. It's still going to happen either way. And this is what I'm saying. The league don't look at the players like the players look at the league. It's a different lens. It's a completely different view. That's how the league is looking at players. as chess pieces, pawn pieces to get a ring every year. That's all any ball club care about. That's all any organization care about. That's it. So they gonna move these players around however they feel like they need to move them around to get the best chance. I don't care how you feel about it. As an owner, I genuinely don't care how you feel about it. You know what I mean? I want you to be happy enough to win. You know what I mean? Because if that's what anybody really cares about, that's the ultimate goal in this entire business that everybody's in, to win. You know what I mean? So if your feelings is hurt that much that you don't care to win anymore, then this ain't the business for you.
I like how you put that. If you don't care anymore, this isn't the business for you. I don't feel like, for me, I don't feel like the players deserve an answer either. I think, especially being in certain positions through my career, I've been in a lot of supervisory positions. I don't feel like I need to share with you certain things that happen in the business. And I do feel like there's certain things that happen in the business that I do need to share with you. However, if I want to go in a completely different train of thought or direction, I think the only thing I deserve to you is legit tell you that we're going in a totally different direction. That's it. And that, like you said, could be during. Yeah, could be during or could be after. It doesn't matter. I don't feel like I deserve to give you anything besides what I want to give you in that sense.
And this is where basketball players and athletes as a whole fail to realize that that's just the nature of sports and professional sports. Is it ain't equality. You know what I mean? When you out there, I don't care how talented of a sports, you know what I mean, athlete you feel like you are. You're an employee.
Yeah, and I was just getting ready to say that. If you don't like the business, don't get in it.
Don't get in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, but this is why this isn't the equivalent of somebody going, you know what I mean, from like Amazon to Google, or just because that's literally what that is. That's switching businesses. That's switching companies completely. Ain't nobody gonna get mad if a basketball player got up and decided he wanted to play football instead, right? You know what I mean? Like nobody's gonna make a huge. I mean, it'll be news, but nobody's gonna put it in a negative light, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
But the fact that a basketball player can wake up and say, "I want to be on another team," you know what I mean, be villainized is just how it goes, because don't nobody care what you want.
They don't. They don't.
You're not going to the, you know what I mean? The only time that anybody wants to hear you excited about going to the other team is the other team if they excited to get you. Right? You know what I mean? That's it. Because how many times there's been trades who's like, that we don't even want this bum.
Right.
We don't even want this guy. You know what I mean? Like you can take him back, bro. Like you can take this man back all day. That's exactly how it is.
So it's an interesting thing that you put it to. You said, like, if a basketball player goes to play football, it's not a big deal. Again, I'm going to swing it to the corporate narrative. Dog, if somebody from Hewlett-Packard goes to Dell, it's not a big deal. Like, it's still not a big deal. So it's still computer companies. They're still competing against each other to be the top. What don't they understand? And then again, for me, if I am a basketball player or switch it over to corporate America, dog, if I feel like I'm that good playing or doing a certain thing, I'm making my own company. What is the deal with that? Like, to me, it doesn't matter if you get traded, you still retain your value, right? Like, I'm trying to think of somebody that was a bum. Oh no, I'll even put it to this. I'll even say my man, Draymond Green was on the bench until Steve Kerr came to play. They changed CEOs. Draymond Green was a nobody. I will tell you right now, nobody knew of Draymond Green before Steve Kerr came. And that's one of the ones I will tip my hat to Steve Kerr to say, you did an excellent job with creating this small ball action. Excellent work. Now that Draymond Green has established himself and has these accolades and kudos, at the end of the day, if he wants to go switch teams, his value doesn't diminish as long as he still produces. I think that's mirrored in the corporate world. If the girl that the girl that works with Star Wars from Disney goes over and tries to do something with Pixar or Paramount and she flops, her value goes down. Same thing with the NBA player. However, the game changes if she's like, you know what, I want to try my hand at this like ownership and business thing. The part about that is that's hard to crack into, because now we're not equating your basketball talents, we're equating your business sense. Right. Everybody in the NBA is not skillful when it comes to the business.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a completely different ball game. Once again, you know what I mean, like you were saying. I mean, like it's just, this is one of those things to where, what was I just going to say? It's one of those things to where the player is just I don't know, it's just kind of nature of the sport, you know what I mean? But they will always be in an inferior position to ownership. But this is why the Big Three is such an interesting thing, right? You know what I mean? Like the whole Big Three league is such an interesting thing because that was a prime example of people not liking how things was done in one business, in one corporation, and decided to just create a new business in that same industry, right? You know what I mean? And it's hard when you've got only one person in this industry and they got a monopoly over it, and there's no multiple. I mean, outside of Euroball, and they all just try to get to the NBA eventually. You know what I mean? Like, there's no multiple choices that you have in pro sports. Pro sports is the goal. You know what I mean? Your goal ain't to, you know what I mean, go work for a software company. You know what I mean? It's just like there's only one company to work for. Your goal is to go get in that position.
And I was going to say, at the end of the day, like, if all I want to do is hoop, you might as well just shut up and hoop. That's like somebody that says, you know what, I really don't want to do the business aspect of, like we were talking about computers and Amazon. I kind of just like the shipping part, or I kind of just like making these mainframes. Then be the best mainframe you are. Just realize, without that leverage, you can be gone tomorrow with no excuses.
And it's really not even about, I mean, leverage is, at the end of the day, professional sports as a career isn't one of those careers where you have ultimate control over your destiny, right? You know what I mean? It just isn't. You know what I mean? Like, even the best athletes can still get traded if it benefits the team. You know what I mean? It's very rare that any individual in any sport stays on that same team the entirety of their career. You know what
I think we've probably only seen it like very few, maybe like three times, maybe like
very few.
And I'm talking about in our lifespan of seeing sports. I literally can probably name them on one hand that, like, really, to me, like you said, had totality over where they go.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. I mean, even the ones that do, it's still like, you have to perform at such a high level to even make that decision. You know what I mean? And the decision normally ain't even still to sit still. You know what I mean? So it's not even like you just want the ability to stay where you're at. You want the ability to choose where you go, because going somewhere is always going to be the option. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have full control over it. So you got two people, and you got the people who are paying you to be somewhere, and then you got the person who's getting paid. And of course, there's going to be a difference of, you know what I mean, interest of who wants to go where. Because, yeah, if me as an employee was working for a company that had locations all over the damn country, you know what I mean? All of them lit, all of them had their perks and their benefits. You know what I mean? In my head, I'm thinking, oh, I can go work wherever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go pick the best location to work at, or the one
that's going to take his talents down to South Beach, is what he says.
Right. But that's what everybody be wanting to do. But the reality of the situation is, the company's going to be like, no, we have all of these locations, but we're going to send you where we need. Right?
Bingo.
You know what I mean? We got enough people in this city, so we're going to send you over here to this one. Or you do something better than this person over in this city, but they do something better than you over here, so we just won't swap y'all. That's all it is. That's all it is in sports. You know what I mean? There's always going to be a better fit for you somewhere else, whether you want to be there or not. You know what I mean? Because the majority of the times, people just don't want to go somewhere in the NBA, player-wise, just because of location.
Absolutely, that ideology of small market, which I feel like is a distinct term, because I don't feel like any market is small. My God, Milwaukee Bucks is a big time city now. Milwaukee,
huge, and that's what I'm saying. There is no such thing as small market, because they were saying the same thing about Charlotte. You know what I mean? Now Charlotte be out here sold out games.
I bet they do.
And we getting dubbed. We just beat the Bucks. You know what I mean? Like, we out here. You know what I mean? But like, and that's what they were saying. Is like, oh no, Charlotte's small market. Like, what's small market? You know what I mean? like, it's this thing that if anything, if I was a player, the only thing that I would be concerned about is taxes, right?
Oh, that's very true. Very true.
I wouldn't want to be in a state where there's no state taxes, because they're still employees and they still getting the shit taxed. I damn sure wouldn't be wanting to go to LA.
No, absolutely. I don't know how Kobe did it.
New York, nah. Give me the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
Send me down to Miami. I go down there and hoop for Dallas. You know what I mean? I'm rocking out there with Mark Cuban, because there ain't no state taxes in Texas.
Bingo.
That's the only thing I'd be concerned about. You know what I mean? And even still, you know what I mean? The ultimate goal should be winning. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
we bringing somebody in here that we feel like we can win better with. We gonna send you somewhere where they feel like they can win, but you know what I mean, more with you. What are you feelings hurt about? This is what the business is. We in here to win. We making a move to win. You shouldn't be offended by it. We feel like we can't win with you. Who are you really mad at?
Exactly. You should up your game. And I was going to say the other thing too is at the end of the day, if it's a win-win for both, why is it always a negative skew on where you go? Just because you didn't have control of where you go?
No, because that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. It's only negative if the player is calling the shot.
Yeah.
It's never negative when the team is calling the shot. You can send that nigga to fucking China the ball. You know what I mean? And if the league, as the team felt like it was the right decision, and you as a fan gonna be like, yeah, we send that nigga. How many niggas get sent down to the D League?
A lot.
A lot, bro. All back and forth. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, you was just in the NBA yesterday and you in the D League.
Right. Trying to fight for a 10-day contract.
Trying to fight for a 10-day contract. It's a cold world in pro sports. It's always a competition. You know what I mean? And don't nobody care about how you feel about it. Unless how you feel about it is gonna make us win.
True.
That's it.
Fact.
That's it.
Fact.
Like I said, bro, I don't care. I don't care.
So Zia the GM says, and I quote, my man says, at the end of the day, I'm doing what I want to do, no feelings attached because this is a business, it's never personal. So at the end of the day, my final question would be, Z, you fought with the coaches to draft this one player.
Yep.
Everybody was against your decision. Oh, we shouldn't have did it. This dude blows up. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Averaging 25, 28 points a game, 10 assists, killing them, all-star. Now his value's increased.
Yep.
You have a chance to bring somebody that is better than him. How does that play into your loyalty of decision-making, knowing that that's one of those products you kind of built from the ground? How does that play?
What? This is what I don't understand. Like, what is that in a business? There ain't no friends in this shit, bro. How can you seriously, like, you just said it. Somebody came in that's better than you. The hell you expect me to do? You know what I mean? Like what you want me to do? This ain't a marriage. This ain't a relationship that we in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fully allowed to go with the better option here in a competition. This is what we about, you know what I mean? Because if I drafted, like you said, if I drafted somebody else, and you can end up in a situation like OKC when they was balling out of control. You can end up in a situation like Golden State, you know what I mean? Where you just get lucky a couple drafts in a row, like Charlotte looking like right now, you know what I mean? You get a couple good drafts in a row where you got a couple young boys that's looking like they all gonna blow up one after another. You know what I mean? It's the same scenario. This is the exact same scenario. I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, the first one that I got, the one that I rock with the hardest, I'm going to keep him just because I got him first.
Randy said no. It doesn't matter who got bagged first. It matters who I ship out the bag to make us better. That's it.
Now, what I will do is I might, you know what I mean, because I do care about people, if we cool like that, you know what I mean, I'm not just getting ready to completely shit on the man. You know what I mean? It ain't getting ready to be just no cold. I'll be like, yo, this is, like I said, I'll let you know what's getting ready to happen. I will, you know what I mean? Like, I'll tell you what my mindset is. I'll explain to you what my thought process is, but just know before we start this conversation, this ain't a back and forth.
My mind's made up. My mind's made up.
This is it. I'm telling you, you're not going to talk me out of trading you to another team. That's not a decision that you just go in there. Like, if the team is ready for your ass to go, guess what, bruh? You're going. You're going. You're not going to go in there and beg and plead and make your case, and they going to be like, all right. No, it's two other teams waiting for this to pop off. You're done, bro. You're done.
So as a owner, though, how would you feel if, again, let's just say, because I mean, arguably the best player in the league right now, you have LeBron James.
Yep.
You're in Cleveland. You start hearing the rumbles that LeBron wants to leave. Do you have the attitude like, well, go ahead and go then, or do you have the attitude of like, okay, look, I know who you are. Let's sweeten this deal a little bit. What do we need you to do to stay? What stance do you take on it?
I'm gonna tell you whatever stance is best for the team.
If the stance is best for the team, would you let, if you were the GM, would you let LeBron James go?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I would not let my star player go just because he's not happy. Like how people treat LeBron, how GMs treat LeBron, how teams treat LeBron, honestly, because he is LeBron, I feel like it's completely justified. I feel like Bron is justified being able to go into a ball club and completely rearrange that bit and put pieces around him that he feels like is going to benefit him because, like you said previously, this man produces and has produced for 20 damn years. You know what I mean? Like,
and literally never gets hurt for long periods of time.
This is what I'm saying. So yes, LeBron is one of them people. Kobe, one of them individuals. You know what I mean? Like these is certain individuals. Like KD has the ability to go somewhere. You know what I mean? And hey, look, shake some shit up. You know what I mean? Like
it's interesting that you mentioned KD, and we might have to save this for the next episode. But does, in your mind, injury statuses play into your, I guess, managerial oversight of how much you want to retain them or shift them? How does that play?
Absolutely. I ain't want Gordon Hayward for that very reason.
You did say that.
For that very reason. If there's a history of you getting hurt, then that just means there's a history of time that you're not going to be on the court, right? From the business perspective, there's a history of time that I'm just losing money with you sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? And on top of that, we losing games because you're a critical piece of this puzzle, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna put that much value on something that's fragile, right? You know what I mean? Like that's just all it is. I'm like, nah, bro, don't take it personal.
So is there anybody that you would gamble that has been injured? Because I'm thinking that in like the KD situation. Would you gamble on KD? Because he is injury prone.
Because KD still produces, though.
Anthony Davis, would you put the money on Anthony Davis? Oh, that's the game changer right there. Hey,
I don't know about AD.
I don't know.
I don't know about AD only because of the position that AD plays. AD is a big man, and if AD is prone to get hurt as a big man, it's a lot more rough down there, and he's probably gonna be more injured. He just takes the chance of getting hit a little bit harder. People like KD, I mean, even Bron is big, but you got motherfuckers who play more out on the wing, you know what I mean? A little bit bigger in stature, like the, who else would I put in? I don't know, man. I mean, there's a couple people, but there's not too many. If you're injury prone, I'm like, I ain't get ready to sign you for no long-term contract. I'll risk it, you know what I mean? I'll roll the dice on the season with you. We can do it 1 year.
Okay.
We can definitely do it 1 year. If you're healthy this season, going in the off season, yeah, I'll sign a 1 year with you. That way, if you do get hurt, we gonna get you the fucking back.
Right, real quick. Before we stop, I do got one question. When you sit down to the negotiating table, what are some things you keep in mind when you're considering a long-term contract or a short-term contract? Oh, no. What are some other things like influences that you take in? Do you sit with your corporate table or do you really go off the cuff and make a decision? It doesn't matter what you're going to say because we wrapping it up for today. Fresh Heat Radio Production. Y'all stay tuned to the next one because we just cracking the egg open on this one. Just cracking the egg open. Sign us out, Z.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure, you know what I mean, having another one in the books with y'all. But before y'all go, one more time, go on, hit that like and subscribe, hit that alert button, make sure y'all hitting us up in the comments. Whatever y'all want to talk about, let us know, man. We can definitely get into it, yeah. And with that, I'll holler at y'all next time.
Adios.
Later.